Today we looked at multiplying integers with algebra tiles. Remember, the first number tells you how many groups of what we're going to make. So this says 3 groups of -2. So I have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups of -2, for a total of -6 tiles. What if I had, though, -3 groups of -2? Now this makes it a little different. -3 groups of -2. This also says the opposite of 3 groups of -2. And here's how I make it an opposite. I'm going to put all of that inside of parentheses with a negative sign outside. So now it's just 3 groups of -2. And since the first number is negative, that's why the negative outside. So this is the opposite of 3 groups of -2. Well, inside here I see -6, and then the opposite of -6 would be a +6. So it really only gets weird when the first number is negative. Let's try another one. So maybe I've got -1 group of +5. So start thinking, what will that look like? So I know it's going to be the opposite of 1 group of +5. There's my +5, my 1 group of them, and the opposite of it. So +5 tiles, opposite of that would be -5 tiles. And then if I had -2 groups of -2. So start thinking, what's that going to look like? That also says the opposite of 2 groups of -2. Well, here's a group of -2. There are my 2 groups of -2, and that negative sign outside says the opposite. So now I've got -4 inside of this. Opposite of -4 would be a +4.